Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel in DC. My name's Benny, that is Sal, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Bad Batch. We're taking a break from the MCU shows to go into a Star Wars show finally.
Yeah, Marvel, DC, and Star Wars.
Absolutely Marvel, DC, and Star Wars today.
See, that would I think that's the big one. That's the one you add.
So, okay, Bad Batch is a spin-off of the original Clone Wars television show. Now, quick history. Sal, you've watched all of Clone Wars, right?
I've seen some of Clone Wars.
Okay.
I haven't seen all of Clone Wars. I've seen more of Rebels than Clone Wars.
Okay, I've seen Rebels, didn't like Clone Wars.
Oh, I know a lot of people who love Clone Wars.
I know.
I understand it. I had no complaints about it.
We just had half our sub base unsub.
Right. I legit know. I get it.
The problem I had with Clone Wars is that when it started, I didn't like it when it started, and I know it got better. Everyone says like season 3 and 4, it gets better. By the time it became that consistent story that everyone was ranting and raving about, I was deployed and doing army stuff, so I never got into it. Like, there's a few things like that in Avatar that came out at that exact period.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you missed the boat on those two properties.
Yeah, and then when I try to jump into them years later, it's like, I'm not a fan of this. You know what I mean? Like, I probably would have enjoyed it if I saw it when it was coming out.
Yeah. I have a friend who's in his 40s who is a hardcore Star Wars fan and was a big prequel hater who loves Clone Wars, loves Dave Filoni, everything Filoni.
Right. So what happened is we weren't even going to touch on Bad Batch, in all honesty. So I went into this with zero expectations.
Same.
And I was pleasantly surprised. I was so hooked within the first 5 minutes of this show.
Nice.
How about you?
It was good. I liked it. I was not hooked by the first 5 minutes. I thought that opening sequence was actually kind of clunky, but there were better redos of the opening sequence. Like, we see the Bad Batch do like at least 2 missions in that opening movie they released, and those were more fun than the Jedi one. Plus, what's up with that voice for that little Jedi Padawan? Like, what is happening? He's like a man, but he's a little boy. It was really weird.
I'll agree with you that the voice they chose for young Caleb was like, what?
Really weird.
You know that's Kanan from Rebels, though, right? Or
no, I did not know that. Really?
It's the adult. Yeah, it's the adult that trades him. That's who that is.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm wondering if they got like the same actor.
I think they must have, because
he
sounded really weird. Just get a little boy. Don't do that. Don't get the real actor and just change the voice. He sounded really weird. It did not tip me off that I thought it was Kanan. I did not know that.
So I thought it was the kid from the game. The Fallen Order.
Oh my God, Fallen Order. That would have been even better.
I thought it was the kid from Fallen. So I'm Googling, like, is that the kid from Fallen Order? He's got red hair. Like,
that would have been amazing. Tiffany would have freaking lost it. We were both kind of like, who is this kid? And can he shut up? But
yeah, I think it was supposed to be an Easter egg. I do think it was weird to put that right in the opening, but where else were you going to put it?
Oh, no, it fits. It works narratively. It's just like, we see the Bad Batch deployed. They do their thing. I get it. We watch them all do each do their unique thing. But I got to tell you, battle droids do not seem scary or problematic for me.
No,
you know what I mean?
everything
Like,
I've seen with them.
We took down those battle droids, and they act like morons, and they're goofy, stupid clowns. Like, they've never been formidable for me. They've never been scary.
Even in the movie, like Jar Jar Binks takes out half of them. Like
exactly, by accident. So please don't try to show me how awesome this squad is by having them beat battle droids.
I mean, in all honesty, it explains why the Empire lost and had to come up with another plan like Order 66. They weren't going to win with the battle droids.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But overall, I got it, and I understood, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, this is a fun thing. And I was kind of like about a third of the way through, but two-thirds, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is a cool show. These are cool characters.
I got 5 minutes in. I was enjoying the beginning of it. I was thrown up by the voice of Freddie Prinze Jr. being the kid. Like, he didn't even try to be the kid, which I found funny. As it got through it, I got more and more interested in them because, like, I had no idea what to expect from the Bad Batch. The only thing Andy ever told me, and Andy's like the big Star Wars fan of our family. Like, he watches everything, is involved in all of the stuff. He's like, yeah, it's a bunch of failed clones.
Right.
And I'm like, that doesn't sound interesting to me at all. Like,
Right.
the clones have never been interesting to me outside of the old one that's in Rebels and in Clone Wars.
You're
Like,
right.
like, why are I can name like a dozen other cartoon shows I would want to watch and not The Bad Batch. That's what I was telling him. So when this came out, we were just not even going to watch it. We popped it on. I was pretty glued for like that entire show. That thing was great. I loved the characters. I loved the development. I loved them kind of like dealing with like, well, we are still clones.
Right.
Like, so we're getting these orders, but we're broken. You know, and I loved seeing Order 66 play out. I loved seeing the transition from the clones to like where they're going with it. I loved all that stuff.
Yeah, and the explanation. I mean, I knew from other shows and expanded universe stuff that the clones had like a chip or whatever. Because I was like, do these clones know that Order 66 is the thing? Like, have they always known? And it's like, no, it overrides them, or like, you know, there's this thing that tells them to kill the Jedi, and I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Like,
it makes more sense than every clone turning on the Jedi because one person said it. Like,
right?
How much brainwashing went into those clones?
Exactly. But they have a chip. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And the Bad Batch, because like they're flawed. They didn't need to even explain it, but they did. Where they're like, they're flawed. The chips don't work right, so you know they're not going to listen. And I liked watching it happen around them. Like that was kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. And also, of course, all the characters from the Bad Batch and their personalities. I had no knowledge about the show outside of them announcing it, so I thought for a second that this show was going to be that they're like, I don't know, we just follow orders, like we just do our thing, that they were going to become the 501st.
Oh, okay.
That like Target's like, yeah, these guys, and then he just assigns them to Vader, and they're like, wait a minute, so like we work for the guy who's pretty much in charge, but like, wait, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like we just do our job, but like, and these guys are insurgents, right? And it's like, oh yeah, no, they're not just women and children, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was where we're going with it.
When I first heard the title Bad Batch, knowing nothing about this and not having watched Clone Wars, which our chat is stating they were in season 6, but I watched that far in, so obviously I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be a joke show. I like the Bad Batch, like goofy droid humor and things like that.
Yes.
That's what I thought it was going to be. And then as we got more about it, I discovered what it was. So
the Bad Batch, the bad.
And I will say, I did enjoy the fact that it was like two or three episodes. It was like they kicked off the series with basically a movie.
Right.
And I liked that a lot because it gave a lot of development. We had a lot of time to breathe. We had a lot of stuff going on. Nothing to me felt rushed about it. No. And the only complaint I had was Caleb's voice, which I get why they did it.
Yeah.
But like you had no idea.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like the fact is, the Bad Batch isn't necessarily made for new fans. This is a show that is made for. This is an apology show for canceling Clone Wars, and it's like, okay, I get it. That's fine. I expect a lot of cameos in this show. I mean, Saul Guerrero showing up. I'm like, yeah, everybody at in the post Disney acquisition loves Saul Guerrero, and he's got to be in everything.
I don't know why.
I hate this character, and I'm like, you know, he's dead, right? Like the first time I ever saw this character, he friggin' died.
Yeah.
So every time they show him, they're like, you know, he's a big important character. I'm like, I don't know why you care so much about this guy. He's dead, and he's played by an actor that's problematic because he's in Scientology and everything. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't stop pushing Saul Guerrero. It's not going to happen.
Oh, it's funny that they keep Saw Gerrera and Scientology and all that stuff around, but they got rid of Gina Carrara because of her problematic views. It's like, are you picking and choosing the problematic view people we're keeping here?
Well, they're like, well, we killed him. Like, the fact is, like...
we killed Saw Gerrera.
He's dead, and he never plays him... That actor never plays him in anything else.
That's
except
true.
Except the movie where he dies. Also, Omega.
Yeah, okay.
My Kiwi accent is showing.
The issue I had with Omega is I get the plot, I get what they're going for. You know, like we had one of the Bad Batch turn bad, and we had 5 clones, and Omega is going with us now.
Yep.
There's no other female clone, and she's like a female kid clone who has like... Yeah. I'm guessing some kind of psychic powers that we're going to find out about. Like,
you know, it's funny. I was watching it with my wife, and Tiffany was like, so let me guess. She's called Omega because she's the last clone that they'll ever make.
Right.
And they were experimenting with the Force.
It's an interesting decision to throw her in, especially when they very clearly like, no, it's the clones. And they made sure you knew the clones still all look the same and act the same, and that the Bad Batch is unique. That they made sure you're aware of that. Mm-hmm. And then like the big reveal that Omega is also there. She's also a clone, and yeah, I know. And chat's saying, like, you mean force sensitive? Yes, I know. Psychic force sensitive is the same deal, but also in Star Wars canon, there are other people that are not just force sensitive. Although it seems like that everything is, if you've got a power, it's force sensitivity. That didn't used to be the thing. It didn't all relate to the force. That's like the CW universe for the Flash, where they're like, everyone can get powers. No, Speed Force did it.
Speed Force gives everybody their powers, especially Superman.
It doesn't even make sense, but that's what we're going with, and that's what they've done to Star Wars. Everyone has Force sensitive power. It's psychic-ish. It might, they'll say it's the Force. They'll say she's gonna be a Jedi or something stupid.
Yeah, I know. What's funny is normally in every movie or show when they're like, and then the kid comes, I'm like, well, I'm out. You suck. It's stupid, and I hate children in them in like action adventure shows,
real life and TV.
But I didn't really have a problem with Omega. I mean, outside of like just Omega, but I was like, yeah, she's fine. Like there was nothing about the show that was terribly egregious outside of just like. Sidebar on the kid thing real quick. I find it hilarious. I don't know if this is a spoiler for Village or not, so just a warning. I haven't played Village yet. I've only started it. Resident Evil Village.
I heard Natalie talking to Houston, and I didn't hear like the whole context of it, but she's like, my greatest fear was in that game, and I'm just overhearing, and she's like, the babies, and I'm like. Like, babies are your greatest fear? Okay, we're never having kids.
Right? Oh, no, babies. Fair enough. Yeah, but I was like, oh, no, here we go. But she has agency, and she's not even as bad as Anakin from Phantom Menace. You know what I mean?
Or Ahsoka before she got good.
Yeah, or Ahsoka, where they're like, where Filoni's like, trust me. Yeah. I was okay with it. I was like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, I like the show. I'm definitely going to check out the next episode, which I think probably dropped on Friday, and I think we're technically a week behind now because we started late on it. So
yeah, there's another show. Yeah, I guess they released the movie and then the show.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I saw there was another episode, and I'm like, nah, I'll just.
It didn't even dawn on me that it probably launched on Friday. Like, it didn't even click. So we'll check it out. Either. It'll be great. We'll talk about it here. So, absolutely Marvel and DC and Star Wars.
Oh.
All right, thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next episode of our review next week, where we'll probably just talk about 2 and 3 to play it safe and get caught up. So,
yeah.
All right, guys, see you next time.